Hi guys. Still Are you guys hearing me, guys? Are you hearing me now? Nothing. Hold on, guys. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Are you guys hearing me now? Can somebody confirm if you guys are hearing me? Can anyone hear me now? Give me a thumbs up if you guys are hearing me now. Okay. First and foremost, let me just apologize for that little bit of technical difficulty there. We don't know the thing, all right? Blessings to everyone who has been here early, who have been tuning in so far. Yeah, I don't know what's up, but is everyone hearing me now? Am I clear? Am I good? Is everything a-okay? Can we proceed, or should I still go back to start out some technicalities? Just throw some commenting in and let me know if everything is good to go. Um, massive shout out to everyone who's on the live. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another week. I'm by myself today. Nat is on mother duty, so Dems is here by himself. Of course, we have a very good live here tonight for you guys, and hopefully, it's a live that we can all benefit from. And absolutely, don't hesitate to throw your question in the comment section. All right. What I would like to say is that we might not be able to answer all the questions tonight, but we'll try our best as as usual. Tonight live is really just a live where we get to know our immigration consultant who is a part of the Anderson family and now as well. So it's more like an introduction and just get into it in terms of like questions and stuff. But it's more just getting to know each other. All right, guys. Massive shout out to Ajan who's on the live stream. Massive shout out to Anika, Alj, Amoy, is that Monique, Tamron, Blessings, Tamron, we overdrew a link up. Kay and Beckford Seaburn, thank you so much for tuning in. Meet the Booth says no sound, but yeah, we are good to go now. Cecilia Bremer, welcome. Tracy, thank you so much for tuning in. Am I missing anyone? Monique, Trinat, Tiffany, Cooking with Melly, Ajan, Rashida, blessings, Tracian, Shadian, blessings, bro. Much blessings, bro. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another week. Michael Bailey, blessings, bro. Yeah, guys, just keep them coming. I'm sorry if I can't get to all, but yeah, just keep them coming, guys. So, just an introduction on our guest tonight. Her name is Kamanisha. Kamanisha. Let me try and get it right because, of course, you guys don't have a habit of like mispronouncing people's name. So obviously, I'll try my best where that is concerned. She is an immigration consultant, registered immigration consultant, and she's based in the province of Alberta, and she lives in Edmonton. Now, Kamanisha is someone who I've spoken to a few times. I've gotten to know her. I've gotten to know known her through someone who we had once previously interviewed on our channel. And yeah, she introduced me to Kamanisha. And let me just say she's an awesome person. She is full of personality. And yeah, she's just the right kind of person who we just want to like bring in upon the family, who we can, help somebody somewhere. Let me just say, guys, as soon as you come in, please don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and definitely run into the comment section and just let us, have an interactive conversation tonight. Uh, as I said, we might not be able to answer all the questions, but we'll try our best to answer as many questions as possible. All right. Blessings. So I'm just gonna be posting the link, Kamanisha. I know you're on the live stream. I'm making a post in the comment section right now. All you do, you just click on this link and it takes you right into the live stream. So we'll just let that sit there for a little bit until Kamanisha click on that link and yeah, come in on the link. In the meantime, how's everybody doing? Of course, there's a new strain of COVID-19 that has shocked the world recently over the weekend. So that is something that is worth mentioning. I just want to let everybody know, just be safe, be just be cautious, and just do all of the right things as best as possible to protect yourself and protect your family as much as possible. All right. I mean, just when we thought 2022 would have been a little bit better, it seemed as if we're stuck in 2020, right? But it's just so it is. Just just keep doing what you're doing and just be safe and take care of yourself. All right. Um, Shadin, massive respect, bro. Worried about the new strain. Uh, Actually, yeah, because the scientists are not really know, like they are not even really sure what's happening anyway. So it's just like we're going around in circles.
Actually, yeah, because the
All
scientists are
right.
not really know, like they are not even really sure what's happening anyway. So it's just like we're going
Okay,
around
so I'm just gonna
in
mute
circles.
Kamanisha a little bit right there because she's listening to them in the background as well, and then it kind of throw me off. All right. So Agent said I won't hit the subscribe, but cause me now leave the channel. Yeah, we know Sir Adrian is here from day one, by the way. So Adrian is one of those resident subscriber who has been here from the get-go. I know our channel is definitely growing and growing and growing and growing. And let me just say, guys, we are almost at
Resident,
2,000 subscribers.
resident
So that
subscriber who
is
has been here from the get-go. I know our channel is
Kamanisha,
definitely
I
growing
muted
and
you
growing.
because I'm hearing an echo of
Remember,
myself in the background. Yeah. So yeah, Adrian has been here since day one, and you know, we are almost at 2,000 subscribers, which is a milestone for us. So there's a lot of persons who are joining our community, who are benefiting from our community. And you know what? We just want some massive respect, and we just want some much love and much blessings. All right. So of course, guys, I was just about to introduce her, but I don't know where she went. I'll just send her another link, and hopefully she comes back on pretty soon. I was just about to introduce you, Kamanisha. So yeah. So as we wait on her to come back, let me just run into the comments. Melissa says, Melissa and Conroy in the building. Blessings as always. Sheena K Garden says, Happy Sunday, lovely people. Thank you so much, Sheena K Garden, for staying tuned to another live, for being here with us. Another week, another week, and we weren't here last week. Thank you guys so much for your understanding and your patience with us last week. And yeah, so Kamanisha says echoing, let me try again. So she's just gonna, sort out some technical difficulties on her end as well. and coming back. Blessings, bro. No, Agent. Blessings, bro. And all of the persons who have been like supporting the Andersons, let me just say, we really appreciate it, guys. And you guys have no idea how much this community means to us. And we are just really blessed and I'm really happy that we have like created this platform that can benefit so many people, right? Um, Hold on, let me see if it's gonna work now. Yeah, we're good to go. So as I was saying, guys, before Kamanisha run gun again, yeah, let's just get into it. So of course, there's two persons on the screen right now. One more beautiful than the other, of course. And of course, the most beautiful person on the screen right now is Kamanisha. She is a registered immigration consultant based in Edmonton, Alberta. But of course, before we get into any questions, we just want to know who's Kamanisha a bit. So we're just gonna be asking her just to just tell us a little bit about herself, and then we can get into it. All right. So come on, Nisha, the floor is yours.
Give me a second. Let me try to log on my laptop because you're pretty low. Give me a second.
Okay.
Hold on.
All right. No worries. Yeah. Um. Yeah. So Kamanisha is having technical difficulties as well. Of course, she's so forward, and then definitely we can jump right into the reason why most persons are here, right? I know a lot of persons are not here to just look at them. A lot of persons are here to hopefully get their questions answered. Um, yeah. So Chosen says, "Good evening, the Andersons. Hope you are well. You all are well. Yeah, we are good. We are grateful. We're just happy and we're just blessed. Of course, we are concerned about everything that's happening in the world, just as anyone else right now. But we are just trying to be as positive as possible. All right.
Of course,
Melissa, like up the
you're not
live.
what's happening in the world.
Chosen
Just as
and United says very cold over here in Winnipeg, Manitoba.
as positive as
And
possible.
Amar says like up the live, guys.
Like up the live.
So Kamanisha, I'm not sure why, but we are hearing an echo when you come in on your laptop. But you said on your phone I am pretty low, so I'm not sure what's happening there. Definitely want to know what are my options with my PR with Cam. Absolutely. As soon as she starts out our technical difficulties, we'll get into some of those questions, definitely. Lisa, bless up yourself. Louis in the house, blessings. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Um, Kay and Beckford Seymour, what's up, them? It's been a while. It's been a while. Obviously, yeah. It's been a while. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much, guys, for definitely tuning into another week. Not to write my note in my background, but Mr. I'll go on for the teleprompter. Oh, what's up? What's up? What's up? Okay, okay.
What's up?
All right, Kamanisha, I think the issue is probably you're listening to the phone while you're on the laptop.
No,
So we are hearing the echo.
Alright, Manisha, I think the issue is probably you're listening to the phone while you're on the laptop. So we are hearing the echo. Manisha, I think the issue is probably you're listening to the phone
let me try on the phone.
while you're on the laptop.
Don't feel away, Kamanisha. Them always have technical difficulties. Don't feel away. This is not just you, all right? And of course, guys, just please be patient. Not everyone is technologically savvy like all of you guys, because them is definitely not. So yeah, let's just be a little bit patient, and hopefully the next time she comes in, everything is fine. All right. Unique Trish, happy Sunday, big up everyone. Blessings, Trish. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Trish is one of those persons who have become family. So as Lisa, so as Amoy, so as Shadine, Simone, Rashid, Michael, everybody. Like that is why we really, really like this community, because like we're not just what do I say? We're not distant. We're pretty close. Like I've spoken to most of you guys, like outside of this platform, and yeah, that's just really, really awesome. Come on, Isha, tell me, say we're good now.
I think so, but me hardly hear you.
Yeah, because shout a little more if you want.
But I think the phone is working much better. The two computer them are echo. I don't know why.
Okay.
My
Okay.
Cam and Mike.
Okay, the first thing I want to say is, am I pronouncing your name properly? guys. It's gonna be one of those lives. It's gonna be one of those lives. Okay, let's go back into the chat. Rashida says she has her YouTube video running while on the StreamYard. Probably as well. I think so. Tamron says, can you also elaborate more on the points calculation for the PR and the English exam? Okay, 10 times the charm. Are we good to go now? Are you hearing me better?
Very low.
Very low.
My sister is saying to use the earphone. Hold on. Let me get my earphone. Hold on.
I just the devil I try dip him in a wall, no concern him. Bruh, you know what? We just have all the vibes here because we're gonna have the conversation. Everything I go flow, everything I go good, everything I go alright. You get me? Cardinal Owen says, bless up yourself, the Anderson subscribers from Spanish Town. Blessings, bro. By the way, you know, I'm a Spain man, by the way. I don't know if you guys did know. I was born in Portland, but yeah, I'm a Spain man. So big up everybody from Spanish Town. Big up everybody from Portland. Big up everybody from Portmore. Big up everybody from in and around Kingston. Big up everybody from Ochi. Big up everybody from St. Elizabeth. Everybody, that's everybody. All right. Another question is were you playing the YouTube video while on the StreamYard as well?
It's logged into YouTube, so I'm not sure where the echoing is coming from.
Are you hearing me better now?
So yeah.
Okay, good. So blessings, Rochelle. Welcome. I'm here, Ishlal, about to go into the group meeting. Yeah, just as long as you check in and check out, everything is good to go. All right. So, Cam, I was asking, am I pronouncing your name properly? Is it Kamanisha?
Isha. Don't know where my auntie get that name from. She's 12 years old.
Okay, so I realize that you're kind of cutting in and out a little bit. Like you're kind of cutting in and out. I'm not sure why. In terms of let's see, guys. We're having one of those evenings. Okay, yeah, just throw some question in the chat. In the meantime, while we make sort out our thing as well. All right. Okay, audio is delayed on 2, but it's in and out. Yeah, you're cutting in and out. You're cutting in and out. Your audio is cutting in and out, Cam. Probably it's the earphone. I'm not sure why. But I think if you use your laptop, what you have to do is the YouTube video that is playing in the background, just mute that video and then just continue on the StreamYard. And then we should be good to go. Guys, thank you so much for your patience. We have 50 persons on the live so far. Thank you guys so much for tuning into another live. Dems is here. We're trying to get Kamanisha into the chat, who's our registered consultant. We're just having a little bit of technical difficulties. Of course, you know, these streams are live, so we have no control over some of the stuff that is happening, all right? Nope, we're not hearing you now. Are you using your phone or are you using your laptop? Phone? Can you just do me a favor, please, and just take out the earphone and see, just disconnect the earphone and see if we can hear you better.
I can hear you, but it's pretty low.
Okay, when the earphones are not in, we're hearing you perfectly.
Yeah? Okay. Make we try work with that then.
Are you hearing me good enough so that we can continue, or am I so low that...
You're very, very low, Papa. Very, very low. Give me one.
Is the volume...
Hold on. Let me try.
Is the volume all the way up
one
on your
more
phone?
time.
Is the
volume
all the way
up
on
on the side here, so the volume is up.
Is anyone else having a challenge in hearing me clearly, or is it just that? Yeah, so we just are going to wait to know people because I am just as excited to hear some question answered just as much as you guys want to get your question answered. But unfortunately, we have to just go and wait, right? So Shadian says earphone makes it delayed. Tell her to do the laptop with the earphone and see if it still echo. Largy's devil move the man. Shadian says them the audio is good.
Makes it delayed. Tell her to do the laptop with the
Um,
earphone.
can you mute?
That is
Can you mute the actual YouTube video?
Yes, good. Makes it delayed. Tell her to
It's
do the
very
The
laptop with
delayed.
the
YouTube
Can you
video
hear
earphone.
me?
is playing.
Can you mute the
Actual YouTube video.
Yes, good. Makes it delayed. Tell her.
The YouTube video is being played in the background, so that is
Oh,
why it is being echoed.
maybe. Maybe.
Yes, there you go. We are hearing you perfectly now. No
Yes?
echo, no
Oh,
nothing.
good. Perfect. Perfect.
Well, it only took me like 10 times.
100 times is more like it. It's a little
Okay,
bit.
you know what? Before we even itch no more, I think yeah, we can just jump straight into it. Um, how do you pronounce your name?
Kamanisha.
Kamanisha. And where
Yes.
are you from, Kamanisha?
I am from a little town in St. Mary called Top Road, closer to Geisel. And then after passing my common entrance, I migrated to Portmore City,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
from Portmore to Canada in
Okay, so
2014.
okay, so how long have you been in Canada?
This month, 7 years.
Okay. And what brought you to Canada? Like what was your experience in coming to Canada? What brought you to Canada?
Um, I worked at a fast food joint. Well, I don't want to call their name, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not important. So there were a lot of like managers coming overseas on the Canada program, but I had just had my son in 2012. So I was like, no, me now come to Canada, leave my baby too young. So eventually a girl who I did her resume, sent her to ministry.
Yeah.
She was leaving in April and she came to the Spanish Town location and she said, Miss Moncrief, give me your resume, I'm gonna carry it up the man. And
Yeah,
she
yeah,
took
yeah.
the same day she was flying because when we leave, we have to go to the ministry to take the bus to the airport, the ministry bus, right?
Mm-hmm.
So by me, I get a phone call.
Okay, okay.
So it
So
was
let me just jump in. Let me just jump in a little bit right there and say, guys, if you're on the live stream or you're not already subscribed to the Andersons, please just smash that subscribe button. Smash that like button, by the way, as soon as the rock and come in, that at the entry feed, just smash the like button. And for those persons who are always watching the Andersons, thank you so much. And if you guys remember the interview that I did a couple weeks ago with Patrice, let me just say this is Patrice's roommate.
Yes.
Um, she came and she was over there in Winnipeg, and she was like she and Patrice like go through the Canadian dream together. So
Yeah.
pretty much it was like a similar experience for both persons. So just as though Patrice was such a light and such a ray of sunshine, Kamanisha is no different. And the difference is really the fact that Kamanisha is a registered consultant.
Yes.
And then, yeah, that is definitely a huge advantage for us, right? Why did you choose to go that route, though? Why did you choose to become a consultant?
Um, when we came here, we don't know anything about immigration. From Jamaica, you were told, when you're here after a certain time, you can apply for permanent residency and eventually citizenship. So doing the paperwork, me and Patricia, well, Patrice, but I call her Patricia. It was so I don't know, I enjoyed it so much. So after a while, I was like, Patrice, and who said me I gonna do this? And she said, yeah, man, go on, go do it, come. What you talk about, sister, you're good at it. Deal with it. So, in Canada, as it relates to daycare with kids, I have two children. So it's kind of hard, especially if you're a single parent, to be working for someone else. So this is also another reason why I chose to do this, because I can sit at home on my computer and make some money.
Well, that makes a lot of sense actually. And while you're making money, you're actually helping a lot
Helping.
of people,
Yes.
right? Like a lot of the Andersons audience is Jamaican. Obviously, I am Jamaican as well. But we do have some audience from around the world. But like I'd say, probably 90% of our audience is Jamaican. And I
Mhm.
told you something. I think it was the other day, and like, yeah, you were a little bit surprised when I told you that most of the consultants in Jamaica is charging um, prospective international students upwards of $1,000 Canadian per person to
Yes.
apply for a Canadian study permit, right? So if it is that they're applying for themselves plus them spouse, that right there is $2,000. Plus, if they have kids, it would be $1,000 per additional person, right? What would you say about that?
Well, for me, I know that, I mean, I left just a couple years ago, so I know that things are hard. I know that most people want to migrate to Canada. They don't have the money. Everybody calling me, come home, you can come the easiest way. I'm like, Papa, trust me, it's gonna take some money, which most people don't have. That's why they're here. However, IRCC who got they're not IRCC anymore. They're CICC. They changed their name just last week. So
Okay,
CIC,
stick up in, stick up in. I did not know that.
yeah,
I did not know that. So IRCC is no more IRCC, and it's now what?
it's the same body, but they're now CICC, College of let me tell you because I don't even remember myself. College of Immigration and Citizenship Consultant.
Canada.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So yeah, so they changed their name. I guess they want to, it's really to protect the customers. Say you're my customer, it's really to protect you. So they're
Okay.
more hands-on now with a little bit more of a revamping. However, when it comes to money, they don't, you can charge whatever you want.
Do you
But
think
it,
that's a fair charge? Do you think that's a fair price to charge? Or what do you think?
well, I am not in Jamaica at the moment. So
Hmm.
for 7 years I've not been there, so I don't know what if I was there. I could probably give you a better answer. But for me,
Hmm.
in Canada, when I'm doing my research, people are charging 700 to 1500. It depends on your, I guess, how many people are coming with you. If you have been refused, yesterday I checked. If you have been refused before, um, one company is charging $1,800 to do another work study permit. So
Whoa, big business.
1,800. But like I have immigration consultant friends who did class with me and they already started.
Hmm.
They're especially from India. They will pay any amount of money you're charging because they want the Canadian dream. You know,
Exactly. Exactly.
I'm
Whilst I
fair.
don't
I
think
think I'm fair. I think I'll be fair, to be honest. No.
I think so too, because of course you and I were speaking yesterday, and you gave me some prices, long and short. That obviously, guys, we're not gonna get into like prices and all of that right now. But let me just say, like, it's like significantly like cheaper than what we're talking about right now, right? We just wanted to like paint a picture for you guys to know like what it can possibly cost if it is that you're gonna be going through a consultant and stuff like that. Whilst
Hmm.
bearing in mind that, listen, each consultant really and truly has a right to charge whatever they want to charge, right? It's up to you to decide if they want to use it, yes or no. But what I would say is you have a lot of persons like Kamanisha who is not as expensive, who is probably way, way, way cheaper than what you guys are thinking about, right? So
Hmm.
definitely you guys want to definitely look around and weigh options. Now, I am always like, this is just me. I am always saying that if you're applying to come as an international student, I think you should be able to read and do it yourself.
It's not
Then it is not hard, right?
It is not hard. If you go on the CIC website and you're trying to apply for study permit, the paper at the top will say you do not need an immigration consultant. They will tell you. They will tell you. Yeah. They will tell you, but
why do most persons choose to use a consultant for a study permit though?
because it's maybe tedious for some. They get anxious, they're not sure, you know, but and in fact, sometimes people miss the emails. Well, for PR, sometimes people miss their emails, and then their paperwork get turned down, and then you have to all this thing with CIC. So they just prefer to shove the work off to a consultant.
Well, that's true. That's true. That's true. Now you have been through the process. You have came to Canada as an immigrant. You have been living in Canada for a number of years. You are now a Canadian citizen. You have been through the Canadian dream. And now you're also a registered consultant, right? What would you say, in your opinion, right now? Of course, there's no right or wrong answer. What would you say is the best way to migrate to Canada?
I wouldn't say best way. The easiest way would be through express entry, because that takes like 6 months. Depend, now it's Corona, so things are a little bit delayed. But express entry, if you have if you have your points by 6 months, you'll be here in Canada as a landed permanent resident. Some people don't have the points.
Isn't that competitive though?
Sorry?
Isn't that like really competitive though?
It's all about the points. It's all about the points. It goes after your age, your work experience. You have to do the IELTS test. That's very important too for those who want to come. So it's all about the points. It's not necessarily about competition, because if you're in the pool and the government says, okay, this month we're gonna do points for 300. If you have 301, you're in the pool.
In the pool.
So it's just for you to gain enough points. In my experience for nomination in Winnipeg, I lost 100 points, I think. I lost 100 points because I had relatives in Toronto. So you know what I had to do? Patrice and the other lady, the other girl, get through before me. Because yeah. So you know what I had to do? I had to go and do the English test to get some points.
Yeah.
And I was in the next draw. So it's all about.
So being in Canada and being outside of Canada, wouldn't that make a difference? Like, for example, if you're already in Canada, express entry would probably be your best option. But what if you're outside of Canada? Would you say it's still the best option? Because remember now, finances is a big factor for most persons who want to migrate, especially persons from like our beautiful country, Jamaica. And express entry there, you have to show a significant amount of money. So would you say even from outside of Canada, that would be the biggest factor?
No, express entry is the fastest way. The fastest. That's the word, the fastest. Yes, the fastest. But the other option is to come to school. That is also a little bit tedious because the school fee for overseas students is a bit much. However, even when you come here as a PR, most businesses, they want you to have something to show, say you come school at Canada, right? So school would be my option for those who don't have that hefty money to come through express entry.
Let's just go to the comment section. Just a quick second right here. So I think Soloni wants to know, or Saloni. I don't know some I got confused on the name, so I don't just understand if I'm pronouncing the name right. So Salone wants to know how much of a factor is age when applying for a study permit.
Okay. I am joining with a big company to do some recruiting for student permit to come to school. Big company. So I read through the, their terms and conditions, and one of them was you have to pay an extra 250 if you are, I don't remember the age. I think it's over 27.
Okay.
But I can look it up because I have it. But it depends. The age factor, it has something to do with it. Yes.
Would
Because
you
Canada
say
now,
would you say that somebody who is in their late 30s, early 40s, thereabout, can or should apply for a study permit without going through like the details of like what the organization that you're gonna be partnering with, right? Just based on your own experience on the ground. Would
you
you think
can. You
do
can. Canada doesn't discriminate against age or anything like that. You can. It might be a little bit more difficult for you to get a positive result, but of course you can. Why not try?
Yeah, and I was having this conversation with a friend of mine actually because I was telling them that I know someone recently who got approved for their study permit, and they're like almost 45. They're like
Canada,
45 years old, and
no.
they got approved for a study permit. But persons in their early 30s or mid 30s are concerned. They're like, "Am I too old? Should I apply? Should I not apply?" What would you say? Would you say do it or don't do it?
Course, of course, do it. If when you're applying, like through this thing, it will tell you, it will like give you an option. Schools, you're gonna put in your eligibility, you're gonna put in your age, you're gonna put in your degree or whatever you have and whatever you want. As long as you have what they are looking for, you'll get a
Hmm.
positive result. Yeah.
I think so too. I actually think so too. So Shamoris Fagan says once you hit 30, you start losing 5 points per year. And that's for Express entry, and that is actually true because
Mhm.
your age play a factor amount of points you get
Express entry,
in the
yes.
Express entry. So that is very very true. So chosen and anointed says school is not cheaper, and I think someone else up top says I can't see how school is cheaper than Express entry when you have to pay the FD school fee pretty much.
Because for school fee, uh school fee is like a year, right? But if you're coming with 4 or 5 family members, I don't know what the amount now is, but for each additional
Hmm.
dependent, if you're single, then I don't know. But it's if you're coming with 4 or 5 family members, it's gonna be expensive. And remember, when you're
It's
going
very
to school,
expensive.
you have to factor in where you're gonna stay, everything, right?
Yeah, that is actually true. And
Okay, I'm hearing.
what I was telling some persons the other day is that the province that you choose to go to is also very important when you're applying for a study permit as it relates to your finances, because cost of living is different in each province. So you have to take
Right.
that into consideration in terms of like which province you're gonna be going to. Like some province legit is more expensive. Like not without calling in a province, you have to have more money for good yourself.
Yeah.
And like other province, you don't have to show as much money. So obviously finances is really tailored to where you are going and stuff like that, right?
As when you're
So you
going
have
to school, you have to go on. Normally, if you're filing for to come as PR, you're filing more than likely for your whole family.
yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely. So you have lived in Winnipeg, in Manitoba, and you have lived in Alberta, both provinces. In a comparison, right? Which one of the provinces would you say is better? And what are the pros and the cons of each, right?
Oh Lord, then
All right, let me make it easier. Let me make it a little easier then. Why did you
Winnipeg was not
leave?
easy for me.
Why did you leave Manitoba for Alberta?
Um, at the time I was pregnant and I wasn't able to work anymore in Manitoba. That's how I ended up in Alberta. It wasn't for work or anything, but
Okay.
Winnipeg, me struggle bad over there so for 3 years. Bad, 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 bad. God, it was terrible. It was really, really bad.
So would you say
Living,
life is easier in Alberta than Winnipeg?
yes, I like the small town feel when because I come from country, so I like the community feel in Winnipeg,
Hmm.
in
Yeah.
Selkirk. Here, so I've lived right here for over 2 years, and my neighbor never passed and said good morning to me yet. So in Selkirk, it's not like that. You pass, you say good morning, how are you? You have a little chit chat. But it wasn't for work or anything. I was just
Okay.
pregnant. I couldn't manage on my own because I was living there alone. So I
I'm
had
a
to
little
come.
bit disappointed, to be honest. I'm a little bit disappointed because I'm always advocating for Alberta. So I was hoping that you would say, "Oh my God, Alberta is so much better than Manitoba, and
Lie
everybody
to
should
them.
come to Alberta." And you come and like I can achieve all the goals and all the dreams and stuff like that. That's what I was hoping to hear. But you know what? Me nah go pressure you
Their own,
still,
to each their
right?
own, to each their own. Yeah.
So I have a question here from somebody who is called Study Canada, and the person says, "How would I combat if the officers not being convinced that the proposed studies would be reasonable expense?" I'm not sure I understand that question. How would I combat the officer is not being convinced that the proposed studies would be reasonable expense? You know what? I'm gonna ask you to rephrase that question there because yeah, that asked me to divide 2 plus 2 to the power of 3 to the power of 4. And I can't really understand that. So chosen and says, guys, New Brunswick College is not bad, but still needs to show some good sum in accounts. Okay. Chosen Anointed also says Nova Scotia Community College as well, child and youth care. I think that's the program that she's doing.
Oh.
And she says she is in Manitoba. Now, Tamron wants to know how long before can I apply for my PR and a LMIA,
PR.
permanent residency? How long can I apply for my permanent residency if I am on a LMIA?
Well, it depends if she's going through provincial nomination or she's going through express entry.
Okay, well, it's actually a E, but
Oh, sorry.
that's all good.
I'm not seeing the
It's
comments.
actually
Sorry.
a E. So he's
Mm-hmm.
on a closed work permit, right? And he wants to know pretty much how long does he have to work before he can apply for PR, whether through express entry or through provincial nomination?
So it depends also on which province he's in. I cannot speak for most provinces. I can find it. If he
Okay.
can email me and I can find it. But
Okay.
it depends on the province you're in. Um, in Manitoba, when I was on a closed LMIA, it only took me 6 months. I worked 6 months, then I applied for provincial nomination. So
Okay.
after nomination, then you apply for PR.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you apply for provincial nomination, which to my understanding gives you an additional 600 points towards
Mm-hmm.
the overall points, which would make it easier for you to enter the express entry pool. Is that correct?
Right, right. So most people, after they do that and they get the 600 points, they just cross off the nomination thing because that takes longer, right? Express entry. And if you're here, express entry, 3 months and you're approved or less.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
So Melissa says, if you were refused a permit for one school and you want to reapply for a new school, how can you go about it? I think I can answer that one, Melissa. So
Yeah.
you can choose a new school, obviously, but if it is that your refusal was not based on where you're going or anything like that, just show justification as to why you choose the school that you are choosing now. In terms of probably it's cheaper, probably you have done more research. So in your letter of explanation, you can say stuff like, I previously applied to go to University of Toronto, example. However, after I was refused, I did more research and I realized that it would have been too expensive to do that. Henceforth, I'm now making another application to go to University of British Columbia, for example. So as long as you can adequately explain why it is that you choose to do what you're doing, you should be just fine.
Mhm.
Um, So Tamron is actually in Grand Prairie, which is in the city that I am in, and he's actually in Alberta. But Tamron, tell you what, we'll definitely link up afterwards, and then we can talk about that some more, going more in detail. Do you have any details on persons applying for PSW pilot outside of Canada?
No, I don't. No, I would have to do some research on that because now I'm only focusing on express entry and study permit, visas, and those. Not even LMIA because LMIA is a bit tedious. But if
Okay.
you want the information, I can research it for you.
Okay. Alrighty. So right there and then we're focusing on what? Express entry and study permit. So
Yeah.
study in Canada actually work out the equation that we couldn't work out before. As she said, how would I combat a study permit refusal based on the visa officer not being convinced that the proposed studies would be reasonably expensed?
Would be. I don't understand the last part.
Yeah, that
Reasonable.
kind of threw me off still, but I think what they're trying to ask is they were probably refused based on financial reasons. How can they convince? And to be honest, study Canada, I still not understand the question fully either. I'm trying to ask the question so we can get some answers, but I don't understand the question fully either.
They can take my number and give me a call and I will explain to them better because I'm
Okay.
not understanding the question.
Okay. So Rashida Bailey says, if I come for school and while there, can I apply for express entry while in school?
Go again?
Rashida says, if I come up for school and while still in school, can I apply for express entry while in school? The answer is no, Rashida. I can answer that after bat. You have
You
to
have
finish
to
school.
go ahead.
You have to finish school and you have to work for at least 6 months to a year, depending on the province. I know that in Alberta, they have a provincial nomination program now that you have to just work for 6 months and then you can apply for PNP and then that puts you in the pool for express entry. But
Right.
but I'm not sure about all the provinces. Like in
Mhm.
Ontario, I'm not sure how long you have to finish school, but I know that once you're here as a student, you have to finish school totally before you can apply for PR. In exception to New Brunswick, who launched their new PR program while you're in school for the last 3 months.
Right. So every province is different and every that's why some questions gonna be hard to answer because we're not in all the provinces. As you said about New Brunswick, I just saw that last week. So it's Canada immigration, it's ever changing, ever changing. So it's best if you like give a phone call and set up a meeting, like have some questions, and then we can do the research because not everything we can give off the bat like that. We don't want to give wrong information, right? Also, to
Yeah.
the lady who just after you finish, you have to finish your course. You have to finish your course, and then you get a postgraduate work permit. You don't have to worry. Once you finish your course, you're good. Canada is not gonna turn you down. Once you finish, well, once you finish,
I'm not gonna
unless
swear.
it's something out of the ordinary. But once you finish school, once you're done school, you're good.
Okay. So before we go any further, let me just say, guys, that Kamanisha is not just here for this interview. She's gonna be a part of our community. Totally. So we are now like for questions that you guys have, like difficult questions that you guys have, you can always just email me and I can put them to come and then definitely we can get some answers for you guys. And guess what, guys? Any question that you guys have, if it's just a question, there's no fee, there's no charge, there's nothing. We'll definitely get that answer to you and then we can definitely go forward where that is concerned, right? Bearing in mind, guys, also that we are not able to like answer everybody's question because obviously when you put stuff like this out there, you get a million and one email and it's literally impossible to sit and read through a million and one email. So we're asking for you guys just to be patient, just to be understanding and just understand the fact that we will try our best because of course this is just all in an effort to try and help you guys whilst building Kamanisha's business as well as an emphasis on business because many times persons just want, I don't want give. It's an investment into your future, guys. So you have to make sure that you put your best foot forward. All right. All
Then
right.
second, Chosen said it's not a no because he's here studying and he's eligible for express entry. Guys, as I said before, once you have the points, it doesn't matter where you are. Once you have the points, you will be eligible for express entry. Once you have the points, it's good. Maybe he had, as he said, he had a degree or whatever, but and he's here. But once you have the points, you can apply for express entry.
Okay.
So maybe the person studying doesn't have enough points for the express entry, right? But maybe because he has degree and whatever else, work experience in Canada, maybe that's why he is eligible. Yeah.
And I think also what persons need to consider as well is you can create an express entry profile from your own country. So
Yeah.
probably you have gone ahead and you have created that express entry profile and you are already in the pool. If
Cool.
you're already in the pool and then you are not hearing anything and then you decide that you want to apply for a study permit and then you get a study permit and you're in school studying, they can still choose you from the pool because you are already in the pool. However, the question that we were answering is if you can start or create an express entry profile while studying, and then that is what you are not able to do until you are done with your studies. Pretty straightforward. So if it is a week before, it can be anytime. It can be tomorrow, it can be tonight, it can be next week. But if it is that you have not done it before and you're in school, then you have to wait until you finish school and work for at least 6 months, and then I can do it. Yeah.
Ashley Brown, right. That is exactly what I just said. So yes to Ashley, but wouldn't it be possible to go into the pool while in school if the person has the points? Yes. As long as you have the points, you can go through express entry. Yes. Mm-hmm.
What would cause a person who have more than adequate finances to be refused study visa based on not having enough finances?
Based on not having enough finance, they would. Why would they deny if you have enough finances? I don't
I'm just
understand.
reading. You're just shooting the messenger here. I'm just reading the correct question.
No, no, no. Sorry, I was just talking out loud. Sorry. What was the first question?
So,
I don't.
what would cause a person to who have more than adequate finances to be refused study visa based on not having enough finances? And I'll say, who determines if you have enough finances, right? You cannot determine if you have enough finances. The visa officer has to determine if you have enough finances. So a person who have probably 50,000 Canadian dollars in their account, in their mind, they are saying, "Oh, but may have 50,000 Canadian dollars. I have enough money." But the visa officer is looking on factors like, do they have access to this money? Where did this money come from? Would this person be able to access this money when they're in Canada? All of these factors. So if it is that all those questions are not answered, they're gonna deem that you don't have enough finances, even though you show a statement with 50,000 Canadian dollars. So a lot of persons make the misconception by just showing the money and not explaining where the money come from. In terms of you can't just put the money in the account and say, boy, this is the amount of money that I have. You have to also show that you have access to this money, right? And that is from experience, guys. A lot of persons have been getting that refusal. So that's the best way I can answer that one.
Oh,
Guys,
thanks,
I
Ben.
don't think it's
I didn't come through the study permit, so thanks for that. Yeah.
yeah, that's totally fine. So, guys, I don't think it's a no because I'm here studying and I'm eligible for express entry because I have a first degree and I did my self-pip exam and I got the requirement. But we just said literally the same thing. Like Kamanisha just said, like literally the same thing. Trina says, can you please tell us about upcoming program regarding the New Brunswick Private Career College? I think Kamanisha said that she was going to do some research on New Brunswick because at the moment in time she's only really based in Alberta and Manitoba. But she'll definitely do some more. Can she join the Telegram group? Nope, Dems is already in a Telegram group. If you want to get to Kamanisha, you come through Dems. That's it. Rochelle Powell says you can apply for express entry if you're studying. I'm in the pool, but FSW are not playing as we see. Chosen says, at Beauty by K, I have a degree and I applied for a child and UK program. Ashley Brown says, but wouldn't, oh, I think you answered that already. Istina says, question, if someone is in Canada and on a visitor visa and got a job offer, not LMIA, can they use that and to apply for a work permit?
Yes, yes, for sure. But
Do you want to?
some jobs require LMIA. Most jobs require a LMIA. So if that person got a job offer from the business, not the person, should be able to apply for the LMIA, unless it's a job that doesn't require a LMIA. So yes, but it should
Okay.
be the business applying for the LMIA.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Good day. What are your thoughts on doing a 1 year program versus a 2 year program? I think I can answer that one. Diana.
Mm-hmm.
I have always said when you do a 2 year program, it gives you a 3 year postgrad work permit. But when you do a 1 year program, it gives you a 1 year postgrad work permit. Now there are
Right.
persons who have gotten through both ways, who have done a 1 year program and have still been successful in getting their permanent residency, right? But the thing is, the fact of the matter is, when you do a 2 year course, it gives you more cushion, it gives you more leverage, and you can definitely have a more sure case of becoming a permanent resident. But when you do a 1 year course, as soon as you finish school, you have to make sure that you get a job within the NOC specification code, and then work at least a year, and then you'd be eligible for permanent residency. That's the only difference, right? So it's all comes after you finish school. What comes after? A 1 year program gives you a 1 year postgrad work permit. A 2 year program gives you a 3 year postgrad work permit.
Right. So, and when you get a 1 year post grad, sometimes you're there working for the year and you know get your papers, right? So now you're gonna have to go back to your boss, get an extension. It's a little bit tedious for some if you get the 1 year, but it can be, it's possible. It
So
can be
would you
done.
recommend a 1 year or 2 year program?
It depends on the person. It depends on their pocket. It depends on what they want in the future. What if you only can manage 1 year? I mean, most of us really can't do the 2 years, right? And it
Yeah.
depends on the course that you want to do also. Because
Okay.
you don't want to just come and do something for the year and then you want to do something that you maybe can find a job in Canada
Yeah.
afterwards. Yeah. Not just do
Okay.
any.
So Amar says studying in Canada is basically study Canada is basically asking how can you convince the visa officer that what you want to study is a feasible one to invest in. Study Canada is basically asking how can you convince the visa officer that what you want to study is a feasible one to invest in.
Oh, maybe they're okay. Say maybe they have a marketing degree and then they want to come and do, say, engineering. Maybe, I don't know if that's what they're talking. So maybe that can be a reason. Sometimes for them, that can be the reason. It's like they're saying, of course, you can switch up the thing eventually, but it
Mhm.
depends on what you did before. They look at that to say, oh, them really want to do this, or they just want to come to school to get just just and what they look at too is they're saying, oh, this person don't want to come to school, they just want to reach Canada, right? Because
Yeah.
why you did food service management and now you want to be a mechanic per se.
Okay, that actually make a lot of sense as well. And as Cam says, you can switch up a thing, but it have to make sense. So
Yeah.
as long as you can make the dots connect in terms of if you're choosing a program, you have to kind of probably match it back some way to what either you want to do in the future, something that you have done in the past. I don't know, but it have to just connect the dots. And I don't think there's like a straightforward way that anybody can answer that question because it's really tailored to the individual, right? It did
Mhm.
tailor to the individual background, the individual futuristic goals, and all of them stuff. So I'd say probably just look at the program that you want to do, right? Look at your background and even look at your future because you can choose a program that you have never done anything before, but you're able to prove a case that this is something that you want to do in the future and just be genuine and convincing as possible. And yeah, it can work out usually. So
Mhm.
there are a few persons who said that they have created their express entry profile while in school.
Mhm.
But I think that is because you guys have had your degrees already, you have had your like work experience already, so you have gotten enough points. Pretty much, I think that was what Kamed explained as well. I had totally like probably misinformed you guys where that is concerned. Of course, I don't know anything about the express entry thing, and I'm not a registered consultant, so I don't quote them. But the thing is, it's probably possible based on the fact that Rochelle said that she's doing chosen and anointed said that they did it. So you guys can definitely probably share how you did it so that other persons can benefit as well. Tommy says, I will a return flight ticket improve chance of approval?
Up. Hey, me can't bother, you know. Go again. Go again. Go again. Go again. Them.
Hold on, because
Me can't
hold
say. I'm
on.
not seeing the comment there.
All
Go
right,
again.
so Tommy and Price says, hi guys, will a return flight ticket improve chance of approval?
Approval for study permit.
No. Well, I don't know. And probably Tommy I forgot to explain because I would like to know why would Tommy be purchasing her plane ticket before she apply for her visa. But I'm not
I
sure. I'm not sure approval where approval for the visa or approval at the port of entry. I'm not sure because a tour return ticket shouldn't be purchased before you get your visa. Otherwise, you run the risk of wasting your money anyways. So probably I can explain that a little bit. And apologies for laughing, Tommy. It's not that we're laughing at you.
yeah.
The question just seemed funny because I'm like,
Yeah.
why would you buy your plane ticket before applying for your visa? So return ticket for your
No,
visa. That is
people will do it. It's a valid question, because people will do it because people want to try to do, but it's not necessary. Because sometimes they're here for 1 year, 2 year, you can't even go back home. So it's
Mhm.
not they don't it's not necessary, no.
IRCC have extended studying online for from your home country while awaiting their decision. Start school January online in your home country, but then in March IRCC turn you down. For example, what's the implication? Ah,
We have to
Jovan,
wait
that's a
on
very good.
ARCC for that, baby.
No, it's actually a very very good question. And like Nats and I was talking about this the other day because IRCC, because of COVID-19, they have made it possible for students to start their studies in their home country,
Yes,
and
I
then
see.
that would not affect their postgrad work permit when they have finished school and then they have continued. It should have ended in December, but then they have extended it to January as well. What happened is a few students, in anticipation of getting approved, had went ahead and started school. And then after starting school, then they realized that their study permit has been refused, right? So what Jovan wants to know is what's the implication of that? The implication of that, Jovan, is simple. What I would advise students to do is to don't start school until you get the approval from IRCC. Otherwise, you run the risk of possibly wasting time and losing some of your money because the school is going to say that you registered for the course, you started the course, and then you're not going to get a refund. And bear in mind that you're eligible for a refund if it is that your study permit has been denied, so you will get back some of your money. But the fact that you have started the course already and probably the semester is almost even done, you probably will not get back that money. So it's a case where you weigh the pros and the cons, right? So
An
you look at
application
this.
fee, you won't get it
Yeah.
back.
Exactly. You weigh the pros and the cons, and I'd say don't start school until you have gotten that go ahead from IRCC that listen, your visa has been approved. Once I get that email that says approved, I can go ahead and register and start even before you send in all your passport. But the thing is, if it is that you're waiting on IRCC, I wouldn't suggest that you start. Otherwise, you run the risk of losing some of your money and a lot of your time.
Mhm.
I gave you my number the last time and you didn't contact me. Okay. Rochelle says, Lol, them they kill me. And Simone says, do you have an IG page we can follow? Guys, unfortunately, Kamanisha is not really a social media person. We are working on creating our website, so you guys can definitely contact through the
I did,
Andersons.
I'll give you my Instagram page, my business Instagram page.
Alrighty? We can definitely shout that out. I've actually seen people do it. I'll share your sentiments too. That's Rochelle, but And she's referring to the buying plane ticket question. Most
Yes, salary
persons are,
income will help. Yeah.
Anika says, most persons are of the notion that IRCC requires applicants to show proof of funds for the entire duration of your program for living, tuition expense, and for study permit. What's your thoughts on this? Do you want to read it back?
For study permit, what's your thoughts? I think it's 1 year. You have to have proof of funds for 1 year for your 1 year tuition fee
And
and
1 year living expenses.
living expenses, because they want to know that you're really coming here for school and you're not just applying for the study permit to come into the country and do whatever else you have to do. So yes.
Yeah, but a lot of persons want to know. I think that's a very good question Anika asked as well, because some persons are of the notion that if it is that you're doing a 2 year program, you have to show tuition and living expenses for the entire 2 years,
No, not
or
for
is
the
it just for the first year?
not for the entire 2 years, because you will be in the country and you'll get to work 20 hours per week
Yeah.
on your when you're in school. So for the 2 years, no, just for 1 year.
And that coincided with what I know as well, guys. And of course, when I did my application, I only showed 1 year tuition, 1 year living expenses, and a lot of persons only showed 1 year as well. Now, many persons think that okay, then of course there's no such thing as too much money with immigration Canada. You cannot have too much money. I get it, but a lot
Yeah.
of persons think that because them show an abundance of money, it shows that them can afford them studies. But again, guys, it comes down back to accessibility of the funds, proving that you have access to the funds, proving that like this funds is yours, this funds is there, right? You only really required to show, I think, $12,000 living expenses plus your 1 year's tuition. Bearing in mind that you have little miscellaneous like your plane fare, your books and stuff like that. So long and short, only 1 year is good enough. Tommy says she was referring to a visitor's visa, not study permit. Okay, so I think I understand what Tommy is asking.
For sure.
Yeah. So if it is that you have gotten your visitor visa already and you're traveling to Canada, Tommy, you have to purchase a return ticket. Otherwise, they're gonna think that you're not going back home.
Yes, when you reach the point of entry, first question, why you don't have a return ticket, right? So that's gonna pose a problem.
You can't afford it. My plan faint. I'm gonna go my address. Somebody buy it for me.
Yeah. Not recommended. It's not recommended. You buy a two-way. It's not recommended. And you're gonna be hassled at immigration. You're gonna be hassled. Um, my my mother-in-law came, and them normally tell them not to buy a 6 months ticket, but it all depends, because I had a baby at 6 months. She was coming to help with the baby. We bought a 6 months ticket. No problem at immigration. However, if a young person, probably 25, come into the country, have a 6 month ticket, well, you go for 6 months. What are your obligations back home? What happened to your children? What happened to your work?
What would you say is an acceptable time for a visitor to be in Canada, like without raising any eyebrow?
It all depends on what the CBSA decides. So when you come into the country at the port of entry, they decide whether you're gonna 6 months is the longest time you can stay, right? And then you can get an extension. After the 6 months, you're out of status. So technically, you're supposed to stay in this country for at least 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
But you can, what I wouldn't suggest you buy a 6 months ticket, especially if you have a job, you have kids, it's gonna pose a problem. Buy a one way and extend your ticket, but make sure when you're at the point of entry. Oh, this too. When you're at point of entry, they decide if you come December 5 and then put return date December 30, 2021, you have to leave by that time. If they don't stamp your book, If they don't stamp your book, it's fine. But if them stamp it, say, okay, you have to go back home January, that's when you have to go back home.
Okay, so irrespective of the fact, so boy, you can stay in the country for 3 months, right? If you got the port of entry and them say, boy, what are you doing in Canada today? And say, boy, I come to spend the Christmas holiday with my family, and I not see my brother in a long time, so just like I cook some food and thing, and them say, all right, we'll allow you to come into the country, but by the 2nd of January, as soon as Christmas done and New Year's done, you have to go back here. It doesn't matter. You're just like there in Canada pretty much for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to, whatever they say, you just have to do it. Of course, you can apply for extension now, but you can apply for extension if you're here for the 6 months. But whatever they say at the port of entry, that's it.
Okay.
You don't want to be in Canada. You don't want to be in Canada out of status. It don't look good. You don't want to be out of status because they have lots of different ways. If you want to spend a year, all you have to do 1 month before your 6 months up, you apply for an extension, and it's not expensive. So you don't want to be out of status. No, you don't want to be out of status.
It's not expensive, and we had to do that for Nat's mom because Nat's mom was here when we just came, and she was here helping out a little bit. And then, of course, she was on a visitor's visa. So then we had applied for an extension for her. And then she was able to stay like over a year. So Canada is very, very lenient where that is concerned as well. So Roxanne says, how does IRCC assess availability of funds? How would I explain this, Roxanne? All right. So first and foremost, some persons have the notion that IRCC is a robot going through your application and then everything is teleprompted and everything is just automatic. No, that's not the case. IRCC consists of persons, human beings who are sitting down, going through your application physically sometimes or on the computer sometimes, trying to connect the dots. Does this person have funds availability? Does this person have that? Oftentimes. So ask yourself the question, if you are an individual and somebody send you an application and then show you some money and say, boy, this is the amount of money where may have to do my study. What are the things you would be looking for to determine if this person have availability to the funds or not? Right? It's the very same thing they're looking for. They're looking on how long them have the funds here in them accounts. What kind of job this person do? How did this person acquire this money? Is this acquired through sale? Is it acquired through gift, through savings over a period of time? Whatever it is. No, I'm always saying if it is that you have a lump sum amount of money, guys, you can use a lump sum, All you have to do is saying you get it as a gift. Explain it in a LOE. So listen, I decided to study in Canada, and then I've asked all my friends and family members to contribute to the stream, and everybody total up and give me some money, and this is the amount, and that is why I made a lump sum deposit. Do not let it left it unexplained. Them are going to think say, your money. That is just my humble opinion, by the way. Of course, we know IRCC. I'm going
to Sorry. Come on. No vehicle, no house, not married, no kids. So how do you prove ties to your country? Sorry for laughing, but Javon.
Yeah, when I crack up combination and Evelyn are still them so don't have to read the laughing emoji, Watch you say come on, Amoy, come on now. So Javon says no vehicle. I'm just gonna read it back. Javon says no vehicle, no house, not married, no kids. So how do you prove ties to your own country? I'm putting it to you, Kamanisha. How do you prove ties to your own country?
It's based on everything you send to immigration. It's based on the person who is doing your application. My cousin went to Canada embassy. She have our kids. She have our job. She have our house. Them tell her that she don't have no ties. Right? My mother, years before, she was married. She have house. She have car. She have kids. Visa got denied. So
It all depends on the person reviewing the application.
explain it to you. Okay. So Javan, if you have family here, right? That would be the invitation letter would be perfect for you. So what if you have a did you say no job? Oh, so you would have a job, get a job letter explaining that you are there for 2-3 years. Some people go up there with 1 year job letter and them get through. Some go and them don't get them not get it. So the job letter is important, and also your bank account is important because you have no other assets, right? No vehicle, no house, not married, no kids. Even if you're in a long-term relationship, Canada, you don't have to be married. Them view common law as being married. So if you're in a common law relationship and you can prove that either you have rent receipts together or bank account together, you can also use that. Also write a letter and have it signed. Say this is my common law partner. So there are ways.
Yeah, and just to expand a little bit on that as well is you have two type of ties, guys. You have physical ties, which consists of like your land, house, car, whatever. And you also have emotional ties, which will be like now your spouse, your children, your mother, your father, your siblings, your family in general. Everybody's case is different, right? So somebody who has house, land, and all of that might get a refusal saying that insufficient home ties. And they're saying that, oh, am I getting this refusal saying insufficient home ties? I have my land, I have my house, I have my car. Those are stuff that can be sold. So sometimes the immigration officer might make the assumption, because remember now we're dealing with people, might make the assumption that listen, this person only have physical ties, so if we then get you to come Canada, it's easy to sell them assets here because they don't have anything else. Which is why I always say that emotional ties are better than physical ties sometimes. As in using a kids, using a spouse, using a family. If you don't have any kids and you don't have any spouse, you can use what you have. You can use appearance. You can probably say, okay, then I've never been separated from my mother, and she depends on me as the sole breadwinner. I'm the one who's responsible for her, and going away to Canada, I just want to go and do what I have to do so I can come back and continue to take care of my mother. Or if it is that you have a younger brother or a younger sister, you can use the same thing. And say, boy, going to Canada there, so I just want to come back because I'm the oldest of 10 siblings, and they all look up to me, and I'm the one who's financially and emotionally responsible for them. That is ties. So ties is not necessarily spouse, kids, and stuff like that. It can be your mother, it can be your father, it can be anybody, as long as you can show that, listen, you have obligatory responsibilities to come back to these people, right? So somebody who probably not, like, say if you have a sick mother, for example, and you are responsible for her care, that is a big tie. That is a huge tie, because the thing is, they are depending on you. They are depending on you. So the chances of you pretty much running off in another country is it's reduced. So pretty much you have to look on ties not necessarily as a black and white thing in terms of or it is, but look at it as to your own situation. What is keeping you in the country? What is keeping you? Some persons is their job. Some persons them cannot be absent from them job for some time. Some persons is them family, them have responsibilities. So you have to look at things from a more broader point of view and not necessarily from a smaller inner the box. Okay, then me not have no children, me not have no spouse. Me not no house, me not no car. But what do you have? Do you have a mother? Do you have some siblings?
Work
And it's
what you have. Yeah.
exactly, and it's very difficult to find somebody who don't have anybody or anything that they can tie back to say, boy, this is what is keeping me emotionally connected to my country, pretty much.
And
I know that was
remember,
a very
that it's all based on the discretion of the immigration officer. Sometimes it not have nothing to do with you, to be honest. Sometimes, because I'm not sure, I've never worked there, but I hear that sometimes there's a cap, and once them reach the cap, then Nobody else now get the visa for the year. That's what I've heard, but don't quote me on this. So if you get a denial letter, just reapply after some time. Try to get more finances or try to get some other information to go back, because Canada, it's pretty much easy to come here. It's just that
And
when people get refused, them get down, but just reapply. It's nothing.
And it's very funny. It's so ironic that we were having this conversation in our Telegram group the other day, and I know that there's a lot of questions in the chat, right? But we're just a reason a little bit as well. It's so ironic that we were having this conversation in the group the other day, and the conversation that we were having is the fact that there is a cap. RCC is not gonna tell you that. Listen, your study permit is denied because the school reached capacity. They're not gonna tell you that, and then you might be sitting down wondering, "But we submit every single thing. Oh, was I denied?" You were denied only on the sole basis that the school can only afford to accommodate so many students at that specific time, and they have probably exceeded the amount of students. And then here comes your application. So these are real things that are happening that persons are have to be aware of, which is why I'm always saying to people that listen, I know that it's very tempting to go to the popular destinations. I know that the Toronto, the you get the big city. I get it.
Toronto.
I get that it's very tempting to go there, guys. But remember, you are competing with millions of people from around the world who are applying for that very same spot that you are applying for. And most persons, unfortunately, are drawn to the same big cities that you are drawn towards. So when you submit your study permit application to go to University of Toronto, I don't even know if there's a school called that, just an example. And then millions of other persons around the world applying to go to that same University of Toronto because it's popular. It's in a popular destination. What you do right there is to one, increase your competition because you're now competing with a much larger pool. And also you reduce your chances of being approved because many enough of our Jamaicans are scrape a little money for even finding school fee, you know. And then now you put yourself in a position now where you're gonna compete with people who have it like dirt, pretty much, who pretty much come from some other countries who can say, oh, I'll just do it because I can. So you put yourself in that position, right? Now, I know that there are persons who have gotten through to go to the popular destinations, but there are persons who probably apply at the right time. All of those factors. You increase your chances of getting approved, guys, when you apply to go to a smaller city. It's proven over and over and over, guys. I'm not making this up. It's proven. It's proven. When you apply to go to a smaller city in the same province, you know, it make a big difference because less persons are applying to go to the smaller city. Makes sense, though. So instead of applying to go to University of Toronto, there's probably a small town right beside Toronto where nobody no know about, where nobody no want go, which is grossly underpopulated and goodly a lot beg people to come there. Do little research and then apply for go right there. So and you significantly increase your chances of getting approved. And there's little to no competition. And the schools need international students to fund them budget, to fund the economy, and them don't want to turn your back. But they can't accept millions of students in a school at a time. But no matter go no mistake. Anyway, I'm going to chat. So I'm
Sorry,
just
Tracy Hills, that's my friend. She was here on a work permit, and her mother-in-law went to the Canadian embassy with nothing at all, and she get her 10 years, nothing, bank statement, nothing. And my friend would never have PR and anything. She was on a work permit, so
it depends. It
all depends
depends.
on the officer. It all depends on the officer where you get. To be honest, yeah.
So Amai says, what is the reason for the mass denial of study permit for persons who have applied for themselves along with their family? And the best way we can explain that, Amai, is the fact that probably they are just trying to clear some backlog. There are just probably some backlog that they are trying to get rid of that they've just probably just decide, say, you know, we're gonna just do some batch. And this is just assumption.
I was looking for this just now on my phone, Dems. Are you hearing me?
Yeah. We're hearing you guys.
Sorry, I was looking on for this on my phone. CIC News received IRCC backlog 1.8 million immigration application. The backlog right now 1.8 million. So for those are sitting and waiting, that's the reason. Them with COVID and everything, the backlog is terrible.
And then did they break that down to say how many like study permits, visitor visa, or anything like that? Or
Yeah,
is it just
I
like
only,
general?
yeah, man, they broke it down. I can find it back, but I only did a small screenshot. So 548,000 PR applications. Miss Sharona interested in the study permit. So 776,000 temporary resident applications for study permit, work permit, temporary resident visa, and visitor extension. 776,000
From
in
them
back.
776,000, how much I feel of that then I popular destinations? A lot, right?
Canadian
A lot then
citizenship.
I popular destinations.
And me probably in another batch here for Canadian citizenship because I apply for over a year, almost 2 years now. 468,000.
And definitely, me and my family is in the permanent residency application because we have been waiting like over 6 months now, which is not bad compared to a lot of persons.
So yeah, it's really backed up. Really backed up.
So Dwayne Wright says, my two children and husband want them to come to study. Sorry, let's go again. My two children and husband, I want them to come to study with me. The funds I need is about 20 grand. Right? Now, what I was reading the other day, Dan, is per person, like not per person, but the main applicant needs a minimum of $12,000 for 1 year living expense. That is not including your tuition fee. And then for every additional person, it goes 6,000, then 5,000, then 4,000 kind of a thing. So
Yeah.
for your husband, it's gonna be $6,000 plus your $12,000, so that would be $18,000. Then your kids, if it's one child, it would be $5,000. Then the other child would be $4,000 kind of thing. So $20,000, we can say it would be enough, or we can say it might not be enough, but it all depends on the immigration officer that you get, right? It all depends because they might assess it to look on probably where you're going to say, boy, they're going to a province like British Columbia, which is very costly to live in BC. They're going to be looking at it, for example, and say, okay, then they're going to BC as a family and they only have $20,000. I don't think that they will be able to survive in BC. And then it becomes opinionated, right? So where because where that is concerned, I'd say, if it is that a 20 grand you have, I would say apply still with the 20 grand, but write a letter stating a plan. Write a letter stating a plan to show that, listen, you're not gonna come abuse them system, you're not gonna come do this, and that you have. And a lot of persons do that and get through. And some persons might wonder, oh, me show 30 grand and I get you, and this person show 10 grand and get you. It all depends on having a plan and where you're going as well, guys. That's very important.
Mm-hmm.
Does the choice of province affect your decision to get a study permit? Yeah, come. That one is for you.
As them just said, the more popular, it's a little bit more harder for you to get through to those schools.
Yeah.
Someone is asking if Winnipeg is one of the unpopular destination. Yes. Red River College. I know of Red River College. Patrice mentioned she knows the guy there who does deals with people from students from Jamaica. So
Yeah.
if you're interested in going, you could reach out, and which I try to get the information from Patrice.
I actually have the guy's number and I placed it
Then
in the
try to.
Telegram group.
So yeah, Winnipeg is not
And
popular. Not popular.
I,
No.
I what I would suggest, guys, is no, not what I would suggest. What I know as a fact is that Western Canada is grossly underpopulated. Western Canada consists of provinces like British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan.
Those,
Oh Lord.
these provinces are grossly underpopulated. And I'll tell you something else. The population of Ontario is larger than the population of Alberta, BC, and Saskatchewan combined together. Right? So Canada is underpopulated, but some places are overpopulated and other places are underpopulated, right? So provinces, again, repeat that. Ontario, which is the largest province in Canada, by the way, population is larger than BC, Alberta, and Saskatchewan combined. Also, guys, the territories such as New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, and provinces like those are also grossly underpopulated as well. Prince Edward Islands, underpopulated. Look on provinces that are struggling to find people, constantly coming out with immigration pilot programs to attract people to come there, and then those usually give you a better chance of getting approved. I know I have nothing against Ontario. I'm just proving.
You just
I'm just
always talk about it.
oh my gosh. Then is that separate and apart from your school fees? Okay, I think we answered that. Tracy Hill says it's really up to the officer, as she said. My mother-in-law got through with not even a bank statement. Your mother-in-law was just blessed. Check out the website for the information in each additional person at the end. Absolutely. Atamari, thanks. We'll double check. Rashida says, what would you say about London, Ontario? Is it less popular than Toronto? Um, I don't know. What do you think?
Sorry, I was reading something from Amoy. Sorry?
No. I was asking about London, Ontario, if it's less popular than Toronto. I was gonna ask you the question, but then I saw my good friend Basil, who actually lives in Ontario. So I think he would be the best person to answer this question because he lives there. So Basil is actually somebody who has been on our channel from day one, and he's such an awesome person. He lives in Toronto and he's so knowledgeable. Basil, so Rashida wants to know, is London, Ontario less popular than Toronto? You can definitely throw it in the chat, Basil.
I don't live. I've only lived in Winnipeg and here, but from what I hear, London is less popular. London is like maybe like a countryside. I'm not sure, like a country area. But
Okay.
I can't speak to that. I've never been there.
Okay. So again, I was just telling you guys about Basil. Basil says yes, there is a place called University of Toronto, and it's very expensive. Amar says Rashida by far, yes. Tristan says that is what that's what is said to them. They are trying to get out some of the backlog very fast. Then says Winnipeg is one of the unpopular destination, right?
Yes.
Unpopular because it's very cold. I'm getting to realize that the Eskimos are actually in Manitoba. Tracy Hill says Saskatchewan is the place to apply for school, and for sure you will get through. Those small places are always for sure. And yes, guys, Saskatchewan is actually like so underpopulated that and so unpopular that if you apply, your chances of getting approved is so important. And I know that the attraction to go to the bigger cities is there, but sometimes you just want a foot through the door. Sometimes you just want a foot through the door, right? And then you can always branch off to where you have family and other stuff. Come, your opinion your opinion on easy is quite subjective. This whole process takes a toll on your mental health, your time, and finances.
Yes, I was reading that Amoy. I had explained earlier that that is true, they which is why persons opt to hire a consultant, right? Because
Yeah.
it does take a toll on you. Even for us, sometimes the papers, them the website is just crazy. Sometimes the paper itself is hard to download. You just have peer problems with it. And I explained that earlier, that that is one of the main reasons why people hire consultants, because we have the time to
Quick
do the
question.
research,
Quick
everything.
question, Cam. As a consultant, many persons hire consultant and then regret hiring them because them either don't have them best interest at heart or then just not putting like the effort that they think that they should be putting. What are some of the things persons should be looking for when they're thinking of going through a consultant to make sure that they're getting the best person possible?
Well, there's no there's no guarantee, right? The first thing you want to do is check if the person is a registered consultant. I have my number here, so you can go on the IRCC. It's here. This is my certificate. You're not seeing it properly, but I have my number, R707335. So you can go on the website, check out my number, and you'll see that I am in good standing, right? Some
Mm-hmm.
people are registered, they're not in good standing. They did something, they're being called out by IRCC. But do some research. Do some research. But at the end of the day, you have people practicing and they're not registered. And people get through with them, some don't get through. Sometimes the government catch up on them, sometimes they're because they know the work, right? They've been doing it for
Mm-hmm.
10, 15 years. They know the work even but I mean, I went to school. I just went to school, right? I haven't actually done anything in practical, but some of them have been in the business for 10, 15 years, but they're not registered. And if they're not registered, you cannot hold them accountable. You cannot hold them accountable. You can hold me accountable. Um, for me, my target market would be Jamaica. So me, I grew up there. Me know how the thing set, right? So of course I will try to do my best to give you the right information. Whether you want to come to school, you call me and say, "Come, what's my best chance?" And then of course I'll give you the
Mm-hmm.
best information. That's just me. But at the end of the day, there's no guarantee. No guarantee. You just
Yeah.
have to do your research and jump into it. Yeah.
And I'm always telling a lot of persons that listen, whether you use a consultant, yes or no, there's no guarantee of you getting approved because
Right.
coming to Canada is not like a given. It's like a privilege, it's not a right. You don't know what the immigration officer will think. You don't know who will get your application. The goal of a consultant or even the goal of even doing your own research is to make sure that you put your best foot forward based on what is on the IRCC website in terms of checklist documentation and what they're looking for, and then hope for the best. One of the
Yeah.
worst things that I see people do is two things: leave everything in the hands of a consultant. When you leave everything in the hands of a consultant, you have absolutely no control over your application. You don't know what was in it, you don't know what goes into it, and then sometimes you are lucky to get approved, and sometimes, oftentimes, you are refused. The other thing most persons do is they submit them application, they didn't do enough research. After their application have been submitted, they just started doing their research and be like, yo, me should have put that in it. Or I should have done that, or I should have done this. My advice would be, guys, slow down the process a little bit. If it takes you a week, if it takes you 2 weeks, if it takes you a month, make sure that when you're submitting that application, all your T's are crossed and all your I's are dotted. There's
Give me
no
a second,
motion.
Deb.
Sure.
Give me a second, sorry.
Um, so Melissa says, I was refused based on funds. If I have an online job that I've been doing for years, can I declare this job? Also, can I tell IRCC that I will be working in this job while I am in Canada? Melissa, as long as it is a legit job, as long as it is a legit job, you should be good to go. As long as it is a legit job, you can get your letter. And if anything, just thinking off the top of my head, I think that would be awesome because then they will know that you have a source of income that you're not necessarily going to pressure them system. So I think that's actually something very, very positive. Amar says Saskatchewan confirmation fee is $10,000. That's a lot. It is a lot. Confirmation fee though, like I'm not sure I understand what confirmation fee is. probably can explain what that is, right? Before we really comment on that. Thank you again, guys. Anytime we're here, our channel is up and running. Our Telegram group is there. Anytime you know where to find us. Mel says, if your friend give you a letter that they are providing you with accommodation and living expense, do you believe that can increase your chances given that they are not family member? Absolutely. And I'm
Yeah.
telling you this based on like experience. I have done this. I have done this recently, and they have gotten through. As as long as you show that you have everything work out in terms of accommodation and every single thing, you have a greater chance of getting approved. Again, there's no guarantee. So no matter true you get somebody if say oh you can live with them and you never work out, everybody case is different, right? But it does increase your chances. It does. Hi guys, London, Ontario is less popular than Toronto indeed. Here we go. Beauty by Case says, as chosen thanks. I asked because I was previously refused for a diploma in social services. A consultant told me I needed something higher, hence I am contemplating between diploma in childcare or AA. Do you think that applying for a student visa from inside Canada, I would be more likely to get approval? Absolutely not. It doesn't, to me, in my opinion, I don't think it matters. But of course, when come back, we'll ask her. What's up? Moving on. Blessings to the Taylor families, by the way. I'm the Andersons. Blessings to you and blessings to the co-host. Welcome to the Taylor family. Um,
I have no clue
consultation fees.
what it is.
I think I've caught up, but before we go any further, I'm just waiting on Cam to come back so we can get rid of some of the questions them that I have
But then
just glanced
I'm here. I just don't know where my
Okay,
charger.
okay. Oh,
If it
no, we're not rushing on.
log
Whenever
on
ready.
back, if it lock off, I'll just log on back on my phone. It's okay.
Somebody wants to know, does it increase your chances of applying for a study permit from inside Canada? Or
No, I don't
like
think it matters. I don't think it matters. No.
that was what I said, but I'm not a
I
registered
don't I
consultant,
don't think
so
it matters. I don't think it matters, but we'll it's
yeah,
it's all
I don't
based
think
on
it matters
it's
either.
all based on your credentials. It's all based
And
on
there are a
your
lot of persons
credentials.
who have gotten refused from inside Canada as well. So
As
yeah, I don't
technically
think it
you're
matters
not
either.
supposed technically you're not supposed to apply from within Canada. They don't like that idea. You can, but it's not recommended.
Okay, but what I would like to emphasize on, guys, is please contact the Andersons if it is that you want like consultation and stuff like that for Kamanisha. Definitely contact them. All the information is in the description below, and my
Mhm.
channel description. Go and go check it out, and then definitely we can organize. And who knows, I might be able to get free consultations, right? Give me a smile, Kamisha. All right, there we go. Yeah, who knows, I might be able to get some free consultations, right? Just by coming through the Andersons, and there we go. We're trying to build a
Yeah,
community.
for sure.
We're
Yeah.
trying to build a community that can benefit a lot of persons, and definitely,
Guys,
definitely.
sorry them. Guys, remember I just got licensed. So I'm not gonna know everything. But if you call me, I can do some research. As I said, immigration changes sometime within 3 months. There's a new something new. So don't just if you have any questions, just shoot it at me. I will do the research. I don't have a problem.
Sounds good.
Hmm.
Now, where was I in these comments? So, chosen and Ananti says, I by case, so sorry to hear Choska. Okay, that was kind of personal to somebody else. Uh, Diana also wants to know, Amar, what is the confirmation fee for? I'm not sure what that is for either. And Tracy Hill says, and guys, please don't feel bad if you try and get turned on. Just try again. Remember,
Yeah.
guys, I was talking to the night them 2 weeks ago, and Orlando tried 5 times before he was successful,
I
guys. So if it
remember.
is that you try one time and you get refused, I still have four more time to go before you catch him up. So please don't be discouraged. Just take it with a grain of salt, put your best foot forward, go back to the drawing board, and try again. If this is the goal, if this is the dream, guys, You just have to keep pushing and you just have to continue doing it because I'm not telling you, it's to me, and I don't want to sound like insensitive, but to me it's a very straightforward process. Oh,
Amoy
so Amar says the
Daddy.
confirmation fee is to secure a seat at the school at Diana. Okay, I didn't know what the confirmation fee is either. Thank you for clarifying that, Amoy. The Taylor family says, guys, welcome to the DiAndersons live stream. Please go ahead and leave a thumbs up. Definitely, guys, if you have not already subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe. Definitely smash that like button, guys, and definitely check out all the links in our video descriptions. If it is that you want to become a part of our community, guys, there's a join button right here. You can go ahead and hit that join button and definitely become a member of our Telegram group. And of course, Kamanisha is a part of our community now. So to reach Kamanisha, definitely reach out to the Andersons. I will definitely get in touch with her for you guys. Diana says, oh, wow, that's University of Saskatchewan. Is this Siobhan says, come. Can you send a link, please? I think I just answered that. JD Full says, I appreciate your support here. I want to know, can someone doing a degree here in Jamaica transfer credits to a school there? Yes, as an international student previously, I can apply it. I can answer that. I started some courses and I was able to transfer some credits, but you have to be careful though that you're not transferring all the credits because you have to be doing at least 3 courses in order to be full time. So some persons probably transfer all of them courses and then they cannot maintain a full time status. If you are not able to maintain a full time status, then you are not eligible for a postgrad work permit. So you have to make sure that whatever you're transferring doesn't cause you to fall below the full time barrier, which is 9 credit or 3 courses. All right, very important. Amar says, Dada D here now with these consultants. Toby Jones says, good evening. Does anyone here know anything about the city of Sarnia? Considering to go to Lambton there. Toby, I have no idea where you're at about. I'm not going to kind of, I don't know where you're at about. What about you, Cam? Do you know where they're talking about?
No, pull up Google.
Trinidad says, if I'm on vacation in the States and my family is driving to Canada, how will I go about getting a visa in the USA? Online. Most of the visa application process is done online, but you probably know more than me where that is concerned, Cam. Do you?
A city in Ontario. No, I'm not versed on US. Nothing from the US. I'm not versed on. But Google is our best friend. As I said, if you want me to assist you, I can do the research. But we weren't.
Okay.
Just based on Canadian immigration, not US per se. But
gotcha.
as them, the Canadian consulate online, that would be
the best thing, I would think, automatically, because it doesn't matter where you are, you can apply online for the visa, right? JDDB Full says also, how do you apply for entry level jobs? Example, restaurant work, housekeeping, and sales.
You're outside Canada? If you're outside Canada, you can apply on Job Bank. That's like the government website. There's Indeed, there's Bingo, there's Workapolis. You can apply there. I'm not sure how the success rate is, but those are your options.
Oh, so apparently Sarnia is a city in Ontario. I did not even know that.
Yes, I just seen it, yeah.
Okay, so Toby Jones says, I know for proof of funds, we need 1 year tuition plus 10,000 plus 4,000 for spouse. How much extra do you think is good to have, or is this good enough? You have to be able to just can cover your plane fare, miscellaneous, they'll call it in terms of your show. So boy, any little thing going, you have little thing can wrap back on. You know, just want to have the dead exact set money kind of thing, because of course, especially with COVID, everything different. So you want to just make sure, say, boy, you have as much as possible. And if it is that you don't have enough as possible, just make a case for yourself. Just tell them, say, boy, this is the way you have, but you have plans to get this afterwards, kind of thing. So the Taylor family is encouraging you guys to go and like up the live stream. Thank you so much, Dennis and Simone. By the way, thank you so much. I was tuning into your live last night, but I was in the background. Of course, I was in the background. JB Full says, I know someone who has only 5 subjects, not including maths, and is going to a university at the moment, doing a bachelor's in education, and would want to transfer. Are CSET grades important? It is important in terms of getting accepted to the college, but nothing in terms of immigration, in terms of your permit, right? Because the college would have their prerequisite that you would need in order to be qualified for the program that you want to do. So that's where your CSEC would become important. No, outside of that fact, it's not important at all. Thank you. Also, in your opinion, are a lot of Canadian companies more open to having staff working remotely?
With what is happening now, I know for Alberta, even a big company downtown is like shutting down their offices. Whoever is working already at home, they're just gonna continue. So I'm guessing it all depends on the business and what they see happen in the future. So it all depends on the
Absolutely
business.
agree. I absolutely agree. And I think a lot of companies have decided to just continue with a lot of persons working from home.
Yeah,
As Kamisha was just saying, just on the fact that it's more cost effective on the business because like less overheads, less utilities, less all of that. So a lot of persons are deciding to just continue working remotely. But it also depends on business, right? So it's not like
right.
it's a clear cut to say that yes or no. It depends on the business and all of that because some business just cannot be operated remotely, right? You can't go as somebody you go order a Big Mac, for example, you have to go to a McDonald's to get it. So you can't have McDonald's store work as a work from their yard. It all depends on the business, it all
Yeah,
depends on the company and the services that they provide, which
they
determine if
provide.
they are gonna go remotely or not. Big up to the Anderson and come for this anytime, absolutely. Um we go live every Sunday, guys. If you are new here, we go live every Sunday. We try to give as much information as possible. We get different persons on as much as possible, and definitely join our community. Uh, I was just distracted just now. JB Full says, okay, thank you. Chosen says, Chosen Anointed 8. Chosen Anointed says, Beauty B, or some private conversation that take place right there. Okay. Um. So we have been on the live for almost 2 hours, guys, and of course, I don't like to go over 2 hours. We have literally 8 minutes remaining, or I'd say at best case scenario, 10 minutes remaining. So before I wrap up, I just want to say a huge, huge thank you to Kamanisha for coming on today. I know that she's not a very outspoken person, in spite of how she's acting right now. She's a pretty shy person, so I just want to say thank you so much for stepping outside of your comfort zone and definitely trying your best to answer some of the questions. Even though I know that, as you said, you have went to school, you have graduated, but as it relates to the practical part, you haven't actually gotten into that part as yet. So thank you so much for attempting some of these questions. And I just want to say big respect. Big respect to all the persons in the chat as well. I'm sorry if we were not able to answer all questions as how you guys were intended it to be. But you know what, guys? Kamanisha is a part of the community. If you want to get access to information or even to probably employ her to do your study permit and your work permit and stuff like that, you can definitely contact her by contacting the Andersons, of course. Our links are in our video descriptions right below. You can become a part of our Telegram group, and definitely that will give you guys access to all of the community that we have, which includes Kamanisha. All right, guys, definitely subscribe to our channel if you have not subscribed already. What I want to leave this last 5 minutes for is to take as many questions as you guys can spit in, right? I definitely see some. But this last couple of minutes, just shoot some quick fire questions. We'll try to answer as much as possible before we leave. And then I'll let Kamanisha say the last words, all right? So Melissa says, Dems, can you please state which provinces are considered as Western provinces? I know that Alberta is a Western province, Saskatchewan, British Columbia. These are provinces that are, I'm sorry?
Manitoba,
And
four
Manitoba.
provinces, territories from Western Canada.
Yeah.
This I have to know for Canadian citizenship test, but I don't remember anything. After the
Right?
test, everything gone. Mhm.
Hold on,
Uh,
guys.
JDDB full. Contact them. I can give you the information.
On the laptop.
It's a lot of information. Yeah, I think my kids. I don't know where they put my charger. Um,
Yeah, my laptop was just dying. I had to charge. I had to plug it in. In order to contact Carmonisha, guys, please contact them, and we can definitely organize that. Well done, guys. Thank you so much, Tracy. Western provinces. Did we answer that question?
yes,
Alberta, Saskatchewan, British Columbia, Manitoba.
yeah.
And these are provinces that are underpopulated. And the thing is, guys, of those provinces, what I would suggest first, in the order of what I would suggest, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, British Columbia. All right, I'll tell you why. Alberta is the best province to live in because Alberta is the richest province and there's tons of opportunities.
That's true.
Saskatchewan is grossly underpopulated and is really looking for persons, so you give yourself a greater opportunity of becoming a permanent resident. Manitoba, because it's also underpopulated, but it's also a growing city because Winnipeg is almost one of the bigger cities now in Canada. So you can definitely check out Manitoba because it's growing so fast. British Columbia is on the end of the list not because of its beauty, because it's literally one of the most beautiful provinces in all of Canada. It has so many greenery, lakes, beautiful, but it's very expensive. British
Hmm.
Columbia, BC stands for bring cash. It's very, very expensive, guys. So that's why it's at the end of the list. Um, So Toby says they have a GoFundMe page in description, and by they do you mean the Andersons? Yes, we do have a GoFundMe page in our description, but we also have our email address on our video description. We also have our Instagram. We also have our Telegram. You guys can also check that out. Um, Renee Wilson says, if you have no family in Alberta, how can you get accommodation before you arrive? Depends on the school. Most of the schools in Alberta offer accommodation in terms of dormitory living, but also you can make connection before you come to Alberta because that's where we have this platform, and then you can get somebody to look on some of you kind of make a little link, and then I kind of make a little link, and then I have somewhere to go, right?
True.
That is why communities like these are so important. Um, Oh, so Shina K Garden is just telling persons to remember to support the GoFundMe link. I didn't even remember it, guys. Definitely, guys. In case you don't know and in case you cannot tell, I am very passionate about Canadian immigration. I am very passionate about it, and for that reason, I want to become a registered consultant, just like Amanisha. I want to be able to can assist you guys by giving you guys not just my opinion, but also information that I know is factual, but I want to be able to can assist you further in your immigration journey. However, I can't do that because I'm restricted because I'm not a registered consultant. And community, I can tell you, say very dear, very expensive. It's a very expensive thing to undertake. And I've only decided to undertake it because I've started this community and I see that, you know what? There's a lot of persons who can benefit. So you know what? We start a GoFundMe long and short. So we're going to supply it, go support the thing. If everybody's showing $1 $5, it make a difference. Every meckle make a muckle kind of thing, right? So of course we're not charge nobody, we're not doing none of them thing that we just have to support the dream. Support the dream. All right. Um am I running Kijiji or Airbnb, but please speak to your school regarding any website that may assist. Absolutely. And what I can tell you about Albertan school, guys, they are very accommodative. You will get through to somebody who will be able to can provide whatever information you need. Amar says, you're welcome. My school sent me a guide to where I will be housing link, but every school is different. I will ask them tomorrow.
Oh, where's
Okay, guys.
Amoy?
Amar is in Jamaica,
Okay.
but she will be going to New Brunswick next year.
Oh, nice. Congrats, Amoy.
I'm trying to convince her to come to Alberta, but she has already been accepted to NBCC and she's not changing her mind.
That's okay. You'll be fine.
So guys, oh, so I'm always just telling Ronnie to join our Telegram group for more information. So guys, we have been on the live for exactly 2 hours. Oh my God, it has just flown by. I know that there are a lot of persons who were here before we started and have sticked around for the entire 2 hours. We just want to say a big respect, massive, massive respect. And thank you so much, guys, for the support, the love, the appreciation, and also just being a part of this awesome community. Thank you again, Kamanisha, for. Do you have a shorter name? Because I feel I'm not for bite me tongue.
Misha.
Okay, thank you. Thank you,
Misha.
Misha, for definitely coming on tonight. Of course, you're a part of the community now. We have spoken about that before, and we'll talk about more going forward. And definitely, guys, if it is that you guys want consultation from Kamanisha to see what is your best chances of getting through, because sometimes you just want to talk to somebody who's studying the field who can probably guide you down the path, guide you and let you know what to do. Definitely reach out, guys. Definitely reach out and we can all have that conversation. All right. I was just gonna give Kamanisha the last words, but Missy, our thing has been. I remember she's saying that her laptop was gonna die, so I'll just wait until she connect with her phone. So in case she wants to say anything before she run, that you guys can probably benefit from. I don't know, but I usually give the guest the last word because you know them's love talk and we all talk Kamanisha. Tracy, thanks a lot, Dems and Cam. Thank you, Tracy, for being here. Rashida, thanks for sharing Cam. Rashida, I don't know the link larger than me tell her. By Tuesday, you'll call me screaming with excitement. Um, Ronnie, how can I join? The link is right in the video description. I'm not sure if I put it in. Yeah, it's actually there. Just go and click on the Telegram link in the video description. It takes you there directly. I think you have to download Telegram on your phone. You have to download Telegram on your phone, and then it takes you in. Dustin says thanks a lot. Thank you, Dustin, for being here. And Kamanisha, yeah, we know you're connected with the phone right now, so we're just giving you the last words.
Okay, guys. So coming to Canada is a big step. But we're here to help you. You don't have to be worried. As I said, if you want to find out how to get here, maybe through school, through express entry, I'll give you some consultation. It depends on your experience, your work experience, your age. It depends. If you want to come to school, I can also help you with that. But I think it's if you really want to come, just make up your mind and say, yeah, I'm ready, because the applications are taking far more time, and we all know that everybody is struggling, whether in Canada or Jamaica. So the quicker you apply, the faster you'll be here. So get my information from them. Whatever question you have, if I don't know the answer, I also have my teachers who have been in the business for years, and so I can consult them also. So if I don't have the answer, I can get it. Okay, guys, thank you.
Okay. I know I promised you the last word, but I have to bless up everybody. Of course, we're going into a new week, guys. There's a new strain of COVID-19 out. Please protect yourself. Please be safe. I know that many persons are probably working from home, and many persons are probably unemployed. I just want to say, put your best foot forward this week. I wish you guys all the success that life has to offer this week. I hope everybody have a positive mindset, just good news only. Of course, as usual, try and make a difference in somebody's life. It can be as simple as giving somebody a skip in a line or buying somebody a cup of coffee. It doesn't have to be anything different. One random act of kindness, guys. Remember now, we do this every Sunday, guys. If you haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe, smash that like button, and join our community. Now, as I said, guys, the word of the law of attraction is real. You put positive thoughts, you get positive results. You create a positive reality. Same thing with negative thoughts. Your negative thoughts create a negative environment. Just don't with negativity and enforce positivity. All right, guys? Take care of your mental health as well, because remember, your mental health is just as important as the physical health. Anyways, look more ragalaga off right now. So big up on yourself. Thank you, Kamanisha, for coming on. Everybody have a great night and have a fantastic week.
Thank you for having me.